Hello, everybody. I'm Mike,
And I'm Mia.
and this is TalkAlley.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Thank you, listeners and viewers, for tuning in for today's TalkAlley episode. Yes.
Yes.
Today we'll be joined.
What language are you speaking?
Today, I'm not sure. Maybe some mix between Filipino and Spanish.
Okay.
Yes, today we'll be joined by a senior front-end engineer based in Norway.
Yes.
And he's also the founder and chairman of the Filipino Engineers and IT Professionals in Norway.
Yes, the FEIT.
Yes, FEIT. So more about him later in the show. First, we're going to introduce.
Yes, of course. Before we introduce our guest, Mike, of course, we want to remind again all our viewers that on September 10, that will be this Sunday, next Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Yes, there will be a Philippine Food and Culture Fest in Munich.
That's yes.
In Hassenstrasse, right?
That is in the Villa Flora in
Munich.
Yes.
Okay, so there's going to be a festival there, and of course, TalkAlley will be there as well. We're going live at the festival, and we will be launching our book. But everybody knows that we have launched our book here on TalkAlley already.
Yes, the Pastel Dinos.
We will be there to sign copies for it as well. So please do join if you haven't bought your tickets yet. The adult tickets cost €3, while the children under 18 is €1 only. So 6 and under are free. So please do come and join us there. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
There's so much, there's so many vendors, there's so many things happening, music and art and so much more.
Yes, so join us. We have a booth also there, TalkAlley.
Yes.
10th of September from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Munich. Yes. Hansastrasse 44, you're almost there. It's not the Hasestrasse, like the rabbit. It's the Hansastrasse 44 in Villa Flora. Hosted and presented by the Philippine Food and Culture Festival, Calidad Foods.
And yes, Calidad Foods, of course. And organized by Sarah Gedinsky. Hello, Sarah. I hope to hear from you today. Yes. And of course, one of the vendor that will be there is Local Bayong, which of course produces a lot of beautiful bags from the handmade from the Philippines. So please do. We're gonna pick winners as well for those who will be watching and liking our page and following us. We will pick winners for today's episode.
Yes.
So you have free tickets and a voucher from Local Bayong.
Okay. So, and of course, this week's episode is sponsored by SMDC. Every single day, SM touches the lives of millions of people through its stores, malls, hotels, leisure facilities. Now Filipinos can live in style and convenience with SM Development Corporation.
A quick dip just outside.
Grocery needs? Just a short stroll.
Coming home? Just a ride away.
Live closer to the things that matter to you. Premier living within reach at Light 2 Residences from SMDC.
Yes, so for sponsorship, please drop us a message via our page or email us at talkalley.original@gmail.com. So
Mike, so today's episode, we are going to introduce our guest. He is a graduate of University of San Carlos University. Oh, wait, I'm redundant. University of San Carlos. Okay. With a bachelor's degree in electronics and communications engineering. He was also chosen as one of the 10 outstanding graduates awardee. He graduated with Latin honors. He was the cum laude. And he's also the founder and chairman of the Filipino Engineers and IT Professionals in Norway. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dexter Pontañeles. Welcome to TalkAlley, Dexter.
Hello, Dexter. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good afternoon, Maria and Mike. And thank you for inviting me in your talk show.
Thank you. Of course, before we proceed to our topic, which is about your organization and your professional, life in Norway, how's the weather at your place right now?
Initially in the morning, it was a bit cloudy and a little bit overcast. But now I can see the sun peaking a bit. So I'm hopeful that it improves over the day. Although yesterday it was very nice. So
And Mike, when I was in Norway, when the sun came out, when I was there, everybody went to that near the library. There's like a place there where you can look out the water, and then there's the sun. Everybody was there taking pictures. It was so full. I felt like, oh, I was so lucky that Marco said I was lucky that the sun came out when I was there in January.
Okay.
Is it very rare for the sun to come out during those months?
not really. It's just that people really appreciate when it comes out, and I was probably in there as well that time because that's my favorite spot in Oslo, by the way.
Yeah. I love the library. I went there too. I hanged out like the whole day I was there. I explored your library. I was just sitting there reading books, all of the areas, all of the levels I went to.
Yes.
Anyway.
So,
yeah.
Dexter, how would family and friends describe you?
It varies a lot. Filipino friends, especially, they would consider me a bit reserved and a bit shy. But actually, at work, I'm like the funny guy. So I remember in one of the events in the company, I brought a friend, and then the next day, my colleague said, "Hey, your friend said you're a serious person," and I couldn't believe it. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Yes. So you crapped a bit up, and in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, she's kind of a bit serious," but well, we broke the ice. So, for the listeners and viewers, if you have questions for our guest Dexter, please write them in the comment section.
Yes.
Or, of course, you can ask them later or during the show. We will, flash them up. So you can also support our show by sending us stars. We have stars via Facebook. We have also an Instagram account, TikTok, and YouTube channel. So you might not miss the shows.
Yes, that's right. So now, of course, we will continue picking winners for the Philippine Food and Cultural Festival that we have mentioned already. So please do like and follow the page. So first question, Mike, you do the honors.
First questions. What do you think are the misconceptions of being an IT professional?
One of the misconceptions of being an IT professional is we are very introverted. I mean, in a way, it's like that, but we also like to have fun, and that's one of the challenges for us for inviting people, because sometimes they think that we just talk about tech stuff all the time, and we also like to have fun, and we have a lot of different interests beside IT. As you can imagine as well, being IT professionals yourselves.
Yes.
Have you ever been asked to
fix the air conditioner?
Yes.
Yeah,
computer, like hardware in hardware terms.
Yeah, that's true. Like
I guess so.
Once you start mentioning like you're in IT or you're a little bit inclined towards computers, like people find you as like the wizard, the magical wizard who fixes everything tech related. So
can you fix my phone? I don't think my phone is working well.
yeah, and especially like can you hack my account or something?
Oh my god. Yes, I get that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, what? No.
So yeah, we try to educate people about these things. So yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Did you always want to be in Europe? How long do you live in Norway already?
Yes.
It's been a while. It's like 15 years now. I moved in 2008.
Oh.
And,
okay.
Yeah. What made you decide to move to Norway?
At that time, I was working in Cebu as a developer in a company called Lexmark Research and Development. And at that time, people were like moving different places. And I remember one of the colleagues saying goodbye. We had like a lunch, and everyone was making plans and saying, "Yeah, I'm going to Singapore. I'm going to Canada." And at that time, I just said, "Yeah, I'm going to Europe," without any concrete plans. Then, like it turned out like a month later I would actually move to Norway.
Okay.
I knew that Europe had a great work-life balance, and at the time I also met friends in Cebu who were based in Norway. They were vacationing, and they told me about Norway. And at that time, I didn't know much about Norway, and then I googled about it, and it was actually like one of the best places to live. So I applied in different countries in Europe, in Ireland, because also my sister also moved there, and I applied in Norway, and I got accepted, and yeah.
Just for the benefit of our kababayan, especially for our colleagues in the IT field, what's the difference about your professional life in Norway as compared to the Philippines?
I guess first and foremost is the concept of vacations. Like that's one of the things that stood out to me. Like I moved in May, and then in December I was away already for a month. And my previous manager, he couldn't believe himself that I could be on vacation for a month. And also the work-life balance. Although the work-life balance in my previous company was good as well. Shout out to Lexmark. It's an American company, which is also a great working culture and environment. And the other thing is the flat structure. Like even though you have like managers, you can freely talk to them and you can criticize them. And yeah, you really have a strong voice in the development process and in the company, even though you're an employee. That's one of the biggest difference I can say.
So the benefit, right?
Yes.
Also the benefits and the compensation. I think there's really an advantage when you're in Europe, right?
Yeah, definitely. Even though during COVID times, I think the salary differences has already like started to flatten out a bit. Like it's you can work remotely anywhere. You are valued for your expertise rather than your physical location. So it
Yeah, of
is.
course, it has been 15 years already. And when you migrated, just, they can see you now that you're more relaxed, you have adapted. But when you first came to Norway, how was it? How was the adjustment? Just for every kababayan to know, was it also hard for you?
Luckily, I had like a small network of Filipino friends already, and as you know, once you already in a network, it just spreads like a virus. You're already invited to several events. But in the company itself, I would say, I think the adjustment is about like people being frank about things and being upfront, and sometimes they could be like very opinionated, which is yeah, and sometimes you feel like they say things about the Philippines that are a bit misinformed or is against what you being like very patriotic. And yeah, so that's the hardest, because for example in Norway, especially when I moved, most of the Filipinos who were living here are like married to Norwegians and working in the health industry, and that's still the case now actually. So they have a bit of unbalanced view of the Philippines.
Okay.
Since you're living almost two decades now, yeah, also 3 or 4 years, do you speak the Norwegian language?
Yeah, I can speak. I think it was better when I was still fresh out of school.
Okay.
Because at work we speak English. That's the medium of communication that we have.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
I'm at the
Yes,
B1
yes.
speaking level.
I know. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It is true for the Norwegian or the Scandinavian countries. The work-life balance is better. I think. Do you even have 4 working days in the week, or is it still 5 Monday to Friday?
It's still 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for example, in our company, for summer, we have reduced working hours. Yeah.
And now that you're working there, what do you think, in your opinion, is the most important personality or trait or strength that someone would need to work in your industry, in our industry?
The most important is to be open-minded and to be honest about what you know and what you don't know, because I think that's general for Asian countries. Like when you're asked, you tend to say that you know, even though sometimes you don't know, and that doesn't
You
really help
pretend to
everyone.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, or you try. Yeah, so it's important to say upfront what you don't know, because we always have a lot of to learn, especially like in the tech industry. It's fast moving, so we can't always keep up, and it's important to be honest about what you know and what needs to be improved, and also
I
to
think
be
continuously educate yourself, right?
yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because, the approach is different. Do you think the approach is different? How our managers or, leaders or the people who, are leading us, our senior engineers or senior developers, the approach is different when you're in Europe, unlike in the Philippines.
Yeah, definitely. It's in the Philippines. I've only experienced working in 2 companies, but again, it comes with the hierarchy and the structure. It's more
Yeah.
most of the time it's like a top-down approach, where you get like, this is what you need to implement, as opposed to here it's more like you're given freedom to make decisions on your own, and you're trusted because you're a professional.
And you can contribute, actually. You're being
Yeah.
heard when you're here, right?
Mm.
You can give an opinion, or you can actually just be honest. Because as a Philippines, we have this, the hierarchy is really difficult, that when your boss says it, that's the law, right?
Yeah.
Or you're disrespectful, or you're not doing your job. There's so many issues going on in the company if you're going to speak your mind. Unlike here in Europe, you have that freedom. Okay.
Yes.
So, question: Are you home based?
Hybrid. I
Hybrid.
work in the office
Okay.
on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
And
Did it change? Did it go more hybrid during the COVID times?
Yeah, definitely. Like
Okay.
it has changed a lot. Like the
Mm.
idea of working from home full time was unimaginable before. You have to have very valid reasons. But now it's more like, yeah, okay, as long as you can deliver, right? So even though we are supposed to be in the office on Mondays and Wednesdays, we can still say that, oh yeah, I need to stay at home. So yeah.
So okay, it's more relaxed. It's
Definitely
like the same also here now in Germany. The people who home based or have like a hybrid are less often required to go to the office like once or every every two weeks once in the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I don't think I will go back to the office. So anyway, what is one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out in their careers? But before you answer that, a short break, Mike.
Yes, we would like to
Of course, invite our viewers.
to purchase the services of your door-to-door balikbayan cargo service here in Germany. Contact the reliable and affordable Filipino business balikbayan cargo and Pinoy online store. They deliver to any destination in the Philippines. They're located at Bernhardsporstraße. You can also email them via welcome@filipino-business.de, or just check out their website, filipino-business.de, for more information.
And back to that question, what is that one piece of advice that you'd give to someone starting out in their career?
Um, for me, I always tell people to find your passion, and if you're passionate about something, you'll be successful. And if it is IT, then you need to be informed about the different disciplines in IT because it's very broad, and there's so many choices you can. There's so many things that you might be more passionate about. So it's about trying out different things and finding mentors as well that you can talk to. So it's about that.
Okay. With regards to enumeration, you don't have to talk about yours, but is it attractive for someone in the IT field or a software engineer to go to Norway? It's like having a set of the latest technologies, let's say Kubernetes, and knowing something about Terraform.
I think the best question for that, Mike, is there still a demand for IT professionals in Norway?
Yeah, definitely. Norway is still growing, and it's like I can only speak for my company. It's always looking to hire more people, and even my previous company, it's always looking for new talents. So
is it promising for?
Yeah, the only thing is now that Norway is more known worldwide, so they tend to get a lot of competition from all over the world, not just in Norway. As opposed to in my time, like there were less applicants from outside Norway, and so now it's a bit more competitive. You get applications from the whole world, basically.
I think every country is competing when it comes to technology, and the demand is really big right now, especially like right here in Germany as well. People are competing for compensation. Actually, they demand for more because companies are willing to give more. So is it the same in Norway? Is it hopeful for our kababayans back home?
As long as you have the credentials and the right attitude, because when people hire, that's the other thing. Like when people hire in Norway, they see like the whole picture of the person, not just the resume. Like interviews a lot, so they want to see how you fit in the company culture because different companies have different cultures.
Yes.
So as long as you have the right attitude and they can see that you're genuinely into what you are doing, definitely you will have a chance.
Speaking of which, here in Germany, to be an IT professional, language is not necessarily the issue. You don't have to speak German in order to be in the company. Is it the same in Norway?
Yes, it's the same. There are some companies though that do require some Norwegian language proficiency.
But it's like it's a nice to have.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of
so
them.
Now let's.
Some of them they publish that you need to be speaking Norwegian, but in the end they could still hire you for
just your skill.
Yeah, for your skill. Yeah.
Okay. Which is more important, I guess. Yeah.
With regards to technology, I wanted to ask because it's up there in the Scandinavian countries. Server environments or server like really large rooms are being built or there because they use the cold water and which is a natural coolant. So they even built them into the mountains, and we know that Norway has a lot of fjords there. So did you hear anything about it? I think there was maybe in Sweden, but somewhere there where it's really cool, and over the year the period of where it's cooler a longer time, they built the server infrastructures there. That's why it's probably, I think, booming. Is it? Can you confirm that?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Like
Yeah.
some of them, like it becomes a hot topic because, for
Okay.
example, I think they were planning to have like servers for TikTok in Norway, and there
Yeah,
was
they need
like
a lot. Yeah.
conversation surrounding like security and
Environment.
yeah.
Of course, if you create a structure, you have to destroy nature.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's one thing that Norway is protecting as well. They want to protect their nature, and you see how beautiful it is there. So I think that's also one of the issues that would arise.
Yeah.
Now we're already dealing with climate change, although in the long run they're trying to conserve energy, by using natural energy. But then there are pros and cons, and yeah, let politics deal with it anyway. Anyway, so now let's talk about FEIT. Why create such an organization, and what is the goal?
Just a fun fact: if FEIT is actually a Norwegian word as well. It
Okay.
stands for fight or fat, and initially it was we were thinking, oh, it's catchy, but maybe people would misunderstand it for everything. We keep on thinking of different new names, but nothing stood out. We just say that we're a very inclusive organization. It was founded 2 years ago, officially. When way back then, I already created the organization, and I mean the Facebook group, and we already had discussions with friends that, you know what, let's find out how many tech professionals are here, because at that time, like 13 years in Norway, I've only been surrounded by health professionals, nurses, caregivers, and you hear about people working in tech, but you never really meet them. So the people that I know and the other people that they know, we gathered. Okay, let's start this, because in other countries they have some groups like this, and it helps having like a community to support. So
Yes.
organization itself, it's we aim to promote engineering and IT professional in the Filipino community, and also to support them, like by providing a network, like some help with skill development and career advancement, and also for the social aspect, because we Filipinos are very social creatures, and
Yes.
there's a lot of people, IT professionals, who move to Norway, and they are direct hired, and then like they're surrounded by the regions, and it could be jarring for them at first, because they're used to having friends to hang out with in the weekend. So so many things. But first and foremost, to create a network of IT and engineering professionals, because there, as far as we know, there wasn't anything that existed before us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, you recently got together, as you've mentioned, and you called it the Community Connect. What transpired during the event?
Our activities are attuned towards our goals. We have or our missions. We have 4 missions. One, as I mentioned, is to be the primary network of IT professionals. The second is to mentor our members to achieve their career goals. Third is to promote innovation, and third is to foster camaraderie across our community. So this particular event is to fulfill our mission of mentoring members, and also to promote engineering and IT professionals. So the reason why it's called Community Connect is we invite people who are not members, those who are thinking about, what is what is the IT profession and what are the possibilities for us. So we had talks from different disciplines and explaining what they do and what are the technologies or what are the things that they need to learn. For example, we had talked about front end development. We had talked about enterprise software. We had talked about networking or infrastructure. So yeah, it's about giving a full picture, like saying we
Yes.
have so many possibilities. There are so many opportunities in IT.
And that's right. There are so many people who actually want to change professions.
Yes.
I've met so many people already that from nursing they want to do business, or from from food sector they want to do IT. There's just they want to jump into different professions, and what's good about that is that they learn it from the people who are already in those professions, and they would know which part of the IT profession they would suit best. So what do you see? What do you look forward to the organization in 3 to 5 years?
Um, I think the thing that we haven't really done much about in our mission is to promote innovation. So I think it would be nice, like out of our organization, there will be like subgroups or maybe who decide to create like a company. That would be really nice, right? And we could not just contribute to Norway, but also Philippines, because like build startups and stuff.
Yeah.
That's great. It's very
Things
ideal.
like
I
this.
love that.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, in terms of the Philippines and Norway, is this organization also being supported by the Norwegian government or the Philippine government?
In our first anniversary, we invited the embassy ambassador to join our event, and he also did some inspirational talks, like encouraging people that we are doing great as a community. And also from the Norwegian government, we actively sought to get a bit of funding to formalize
Yes.
our program for mentoring.
Yes.
So we did that as well. We got the support from the government for.
Yes, it's the same here in Germany. Actually, if you register your organization, you can get funding from the
Yeah.
government too. So yeah, that's very nice that they have mentoring programs for their members. How many members do you have now?
In the Facebook group, we have around like 232, but it's a mixture of people who are still in the Philippines, like processing their paperwork and stuff, and people who are outside Oslo. So the active members, I would say, is like 50 who are in Oslo, or 60 or something.
Okay. A different question. Who inspires you?
Okay. Who inspires me?
Wala.
Actually,
Wala lahat.
I'm inspired a lot by people. I like to talk to people, especially their journey. And we have a lot of members in our organization who inspire me. Like, yeah, it's one of the things that motivate me as well, because like finding out about their journey, and then I'm already inspired by them, who is already in the IT profession. What about all the other people who are still aspiring? So definitely they are also inspired by them. And I've met a lot of people who has already who are energized to pursue their IT career ambitions just because of this. So yeah, people, everyday people who in my organization, people I meet, everyone inspires me. Yeah,
And of
you
course,
inspire me. For example,
yeah.
like I'm amazed how you managed to collect or find people who do special things across Europe. So it's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And of course, for us here on TalkAlley, you inspire us. People like you are trying to connect the community, the Filipinos here in Europe, and of course, for those Filipinos who are trying to make a difference here in Europe, in a way that they know how, they inspire us. That's why TalkAlley was created in the first place during the pandemic. It is to reach out to the Filipino people, and of course to showcase the abilities of the Filipinos worldwide.
Correct.
So yeah, and of course we thank you, Dexter, for continually inspiring us and the IT professionals and engineers in Norway.
Yes.
Before we end our talk, we want to
have
ask you questions.
Yes, the
fun questions that's not related to your work.
Correct. Yes. So for fun questions that we ask our guests. So
Yes.
for the first question, if you
We're a flavor.
if you were a flavor, which flavor would you be?
Definitely mango.
Oh, nice.
Mango. Wow,
Yeah.
it's classic.
Yes.
Wait, I need to show my camera now because we froze, I think. Are we frozen?
No, it's refreshing.
It's refreshing. Okay.
So for the second question,
Okay, second question. If you were to speak to someone living or dead, who would it be?
My grandma.
Oh,
Mhm.
this is
okay.
okay.
Third question, if you could choose a superpower, which would it be?
That's a tough one. Could I have everything?
Of course you can.
um,
On top of your list, what's your favorite?
I don't know. Maybe to become invisible, because I like observing people, like the dynamics between people and how people operate. Sounds a bit creepy.
Creepy.
A little bit. For the fourth question, if you would describe your life in a song right now, which song would it be?
And you have to sing it.
Oh no.
A very quaint oh no.
Okay. With a smile, maybe.
Ooh,
Eraserheads.
the heads. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how does it go?
With a smile. I don't know the tune.
I'm
Like,
waiting.
the melody is a bit like melancholic, but at the same time, it's like it's sense of
Oh, we want to hear you sing it.
positivity. Like lift your
He's
head,
trying to evade.
baby, don't be scared. Are the things that could go wrong along the way. That's it.
Oh, very good. And if you go home, I recommend you watch the E-Heads. What was the title? Huling El Bimbo, the musical. Have you watched it?
I've watched it on YouTube.
Online during the pandemic. Yeah, I know. I watched it too, but still different when you watch it live. Anyway, Dexter, thank
Yes.
you very much for accommodating us.
Thank you for being with
Yes.
us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Maraming salamat all the way from Germany. And of course,
Thanks,
to everyone
and,
there in Norway.
Let me know when you guys are in Oslo.
Yay!
Yes,
Yes, we should.
sure.
Yeah.
Bye. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Dexter.
Bye, Dexter.
So, yes.
Of course, that was really amazing, knowing that a lot of Filipinos are now going to Norway to be an engineer and IT professional. Because it's always common that Filipinos migrate to become OFWs, nurses in the medical field, right? It's like maybe therapists or nurses or caregivers.
Yes.
But it's not so often that you see a photo of a lot of IT professionals in one picture.
Yeah, I
right?
think this notion
Filipino.
this notion that the Filipino is more in that healthcare sector was
Yeah.
like because of that very the Western needed a lot of healthcare professionals,
Yes.
and then the the Pacific or in the Pacific region, or especially the Philippines, they had a like abundance, and then they were like, I don't know, it's like imported. You can't say imported, but a lot of
They are needed.
and that's why it's like it's the time now where I think that generation is retiring now. But it's been like 20,
Like when we meet
30
the
years.
brother of the owner of the animation school in Cologne,
Yes,
he said
yeah.
there are a lot of good animators in the Philippines,
Yes.
and that's not too often that you hear from the news or from the newspapers. From anything that's being featured, it's always the healthcare industry.
Yes.
So yeah, if you want to compete, learn more about the language. I mean the IT language.
So many languages.
Yes, of course. And you have to understand what's being used right now, the current languages that is being offered and needed in companies right now. So yeah, there. And of course, we hope that you enjoy the rest of the day because it's a really sunny day. I love the weather, and you should all take a walk or get ice cream.
Yes.
Have fun.
For Hessen, the summer vacation will start.
Oh yeah, school starts on Monday.
It will end. So
Yeah.
I think we were one of the last federal states who finished their summer break.
Yeah.
So the kids are going to be very tired in the morning, and the houses are empty. Like half empty. Yeah. So.
Right. Tomorrow is school starts tomorrow. So yeah, mommies and daddies are going to be busy again packing
Yes.
their food, and yeah, good luck with that, and just enjoy this one day of holiday.
Yes, for the first timers who are going to have their first year, congratulations, and enjoy your first day tomorrow. It will
Without your child,
Yes.
because you're bringing them to the
it will be
kindergarten.
hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you. I'm Mike,
And I'm Maria.
and this is TalkAlley. Bye.
Bye.